What's up, YouTube? This won't be a long video. Got a lot of shit to do today. So, something that I want to talk about is a lot of the comments, a lot of the questions people ask, and a lot of the problems that they describe all comes down to one thing, universally, and that's weakness. Now, it's no secret that in 2023, it's well accepted that most people today are weak. They have weak energies, they have weak mentalities. Now, I'm going to make a video called Why You Must Eliminate Weak Energy to Attract Stronger Energy. I may do that right after this one because I'm trying to make this one short because my food's about to be here. But the universal variable for most of the problems that I see being described is weakness. Men don't approach women or go out of their way to meet women because they have a weak mentality. In video games, you saw this a lot. People didn't want to PvP and get better at the game that they were playing because they wanted to remain farmers, because they didn't want to lose because they had a weak mentality. People don't try to elevate in their lives, rather that be their jobs, their status, or their craft, because they get very complacent and content because they have a weak mentality. And what this all comes down to is animals evolve through death and rebirth, because through the rebirth process, their genes change and they evolve to fit their environment. Humans, on the other hand, we evolve through trauma and recovery. What do I mean by that? So, I always say that I'm out here on the front lines in context when it comes to dealing with women. I go out of my way to meet different chicks. I'm on the front lines. I'm handling a rejection. I'm handling the positive. I don't know, can't think of the opposite word of rejection. Acceptance. There we go. I'm handling the rejection. I'm handling the acceptance. I'm experiencing both the positive and negative effects of being on the front lines. And through trauma and recovery, I evolve and get stronger. What do I mean by that? The number one reason people struggle with chicks is just they don't talk to chicks in the first place. Think about it logically. How are you going to get better with interacting with women if you don't interact with women? How are you going to get over your fear of rejection if you don't get rejected? This is a stump that most men come across. That's why on YouTube, a lot of this content that is geared towards helping men get women, if you notice, again, these people were masters of psychology. What they do is they target the part of the brain that wants reward without the risk. So they say stuff like, oh, you don't need to talk to women, just get your money up, just get your status up, and women are going to automatically come to you. I just saw a clip of some certain people saying, oh, you can't just walk up to chicks and tell them you want to have sex. That has like a 95% rejection rate. Okay, who told you that? Some clowns on the internet? Google? Have you ever tried it yourself on a large sample size and observed the results? No. People have weak mentalities because everything in society is catered around teaching people to avoid opposition, teaching people to avoid struggle, teaching people to avoid trauma, teaching people to avoid the front lines. And so people will grow up 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, how many years, how many decades it may be, where they never try to go on the front lines, where they never try to get over their rejection, where they never try to face opposition, where they never try to face any trauma. You see this a lot in video games where you have a group of players that are known as farmers, where they never try to fight other players, where they never engage in the competitive sides of communities because they want to avoid defeats, rejection, and all the negative consequences of actually putting yourself out there. Same thing with women, same thing with their jobs. Some people never go for promotions, some people never quit their jobs to find a better one. It's all a complacent, avoidance, weak mentality so that they always get rewarded and never face consequences or oppositions, right? People want all the rewards without taking the risk. Well, I'm going to let you guys in on a secret that's not really a secret. You must risk it all to gain it all. I made a video specifically talking about that. If there is no risk, there is no reward. I had somebody comment on my previous video. This person sent like 2 fucking paragraphs about how, by not being a virgin, I'm an animal who's blindly chased in my lust, right? Not realizing that I'm actually very conservative of who I sleep with, right? Just because I get chicks, that doesn't mean I'm sleeping with every single chick that I can sleep with. I actually have an elimination process, right? Just because a guy is getting results, that doesn't mean he's sleeping with everything that walks around. But I get it. I get it, right? Because this person that commented, they claimed they were a virgin, and this person is the ultimate example of my points. This is a person that has never taken the risk and will never get the reward. What do you think happens to couples when they get married as virgins? Do you think those relationships last? If they do last, do you think do you think they're happy together with each other? Now, I'm not telling anybody to go out and sleep around, but what I am saying is that sexual incompatibility is a major reason why relationships have problems. And because people were too weak to openly talk about it, it goes in silence and it escalates into the point where the relationship dies because all the negative energy that you've been building up explodes and you wonder, oh, where did this come from? And again, this isn't just talking in terms of male and female dynamics in relationships. This talks in context about everything. People never try to elevate their status in life, no matter if it's their relationships, their work, their status, because they have this mentality: if I never take any risk, I'll get all the rewards, because that's what society is being trained as. Society essentially is domesticated right now. Unfortunately, guys, you have to take risks in order to reap benefits. The bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. I see all these YouTube videos debating on why people have gotten weaker, why men have gotten weaker. This is why. They're taught and trained that by taking no risk, you get all the rewards. And because this mentality makes them even weaker, they never grow strong enough to challenge what they have been taught since birth. Well, you got to challenge what you've been taught since birth. That's the only way you start to find the truth. Catch you guys in the next one.